Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. Moon in Gemini, Sun in Libra. Welcome once again to Libra season. We are kicking off this true start to such a cardinal season. One thing about today, because everything about Libra is about taking your ideas, your analysis, and because this is a sign that represents debate, you're taking your character and you're bridging it with other people who may have similar ideas or different ideas and opinions. And it's through the fairness, balance, and class of Libra that could allow two or more different people with opposing viewpoints to not only hear each other out and potentially understand each other, but of course express ideas with which other people can take with a grain of salt and expand their understanding. That being said, you're going to be receptive to truths and ideas that may controversially cause friction between you and others. And don't let others' reaction to what you say be mistaken to a reaction for you, even if they project that to you. In the communication of certain truths to other people, they may react defensively or strongly against it and project on you, and you don't want to take that personally because they're just reacting to the truth you said. Okay, other than that, this is actually going to be a very amazing transit because the moon that is now gone over the North Node in Gemini is aligning your awareness of these social interactions and this bridging of character with the truth. I actually really love this aspect because it shows you the power of Libra. Libra is the representation of fairness, balance, and justice. And so if you think that justice is uncompromising and impartial, the ninth house represents for cardinal signs the mutability of perception to lead forth how they take action and with what direction. And so for Capricorn, their ninth house is Virgo because they want the details, the physical, practical details that will constitute physical actions. Capricorn is only into what is real. If you take Libra's ninth house is Gemini. In order for me to make an unbiased, objective, fair decision, I'm going to want truth, Gemini, as my ninth house and vision to guide and align the fairness I do. I hope that makes sense. So as such, given that we're on a closing trine on our way to the new moon, what we're stepping into is the alignment with truth to guide your actions forward. And this is what's going to give you true clarity on who to move forward with, on what to say. You're going to gain inner insight on what to communicate and how powerfully to do so. Hence the grand air trine with Aquarius that will now source what you say with the knowledge of what to say. So if we didn't have any Aquarius energy, it would just be, being receptive of what to say and to who. But we have the Aquarius energy. So now we have actual knowledge to draw from leading into what to say. And so now the strength of what you say is so much stronger because you have Jupiter and Saturn literally strengthening what you're saying to Libra to who. And this is a really great period to communicate important messages to who you have to communicate them to. Over the next 2 weeks leading into the new lunar cycle, a lot of your connections and who you're going to or are meant to connect with are being established. So be mindful of that now in advance before that actually becomes active through the new moon. This is also going to be important because of the square to Neptune and Pisces that's going to now help you synthesize a much more logical understanding of the collective perceptions and illusions that have been expressed to you through media outlets and even people who you trust. Okay, be very mindful of that because you're going to gain an inner perception to align with truth, how you personally perceive these things. And as such, you want to get away from absolutist statements that are more generalizations, like saying everyone doesn't like me, or oh, there's nobody around that I can find. That's not true. When you speak in extremes, you can't say everyone will. You can't say out of billions no one will. You also want to be careful about saying, oh, this is such a bad day, or that person is such a loser. You want to stay away from is and are statements, because more realistically, it would be more reasonable to say, I perceive this day is like this. I perceive that person is a nut-headed jackass, instead of saying that they are one, because you're only seeing one aspect of them in one experience. So keep that in mind, because a lot of the words that you're using, not only in training your subconscious, but create your create your 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 neurological sense of reality, since your whole nervous system, influences what you perceive, which is ruled by Gemini. Shout out to the Geminis. We got our hands. So keep that in mind. Mercury is getting ready to go retrograde over the next couple weeks. So as this gets closer to the Pluto square, you're going to be sensing more of the extreme conversations that will really transform a lot of how and who you connect with. But really enjoy this grand air trine. This is going to bring in new ideas, new opportunities to flow information, new information that can change how you think about what you're doing. And yeah, with Mars in Libra, that'll be trining the moon. You'll also gain insight and ideas that you can act off on instantly, in order to, as is the case of Libra, bridge new relationships, bridge new concepts, and use your superpowers. So outside of that, now that we've finished the mastery through Virgo, now you're applying this, and the true application of this social interaction and aspect of your power is also going to be unlocked. So look forward to today and tomorrow. That is going to enlighten you into very creative ways to express supernatural aspects of your abilities with other people. Congratulations, you deserve this. And this is going to help you think outside of the box when it comes to expressing this. Certain things you may come into realization of or express will be controversial. And it's not your job to sugarcoat this shit to make other grown-ass men and women feel comfortable with what you're saying. Have respect, say and do whatever you do with integrity, but it's not your job to cuddle other people's feelings. If they, with their own grown-assness, want to be offended by the truth you say, that's not your problem. That's their inability to accept reality and the denial that they're in. Unless you're being offensive, that's totally different. I'm not telling you to be offensive because you're telling them the truth. Right, Libra is all about having modicum and class. And let's share that with each other. But you also, on the flip side, don't want to be afraid with saying what the truth is in instances where you have to communicate it. Say it fearlessly, boldly, let anyone get mad, they ain't gonna do shit. And we have Venus in Scorpio, so this opposition to Uranus and Taurus will unconventionally radicalize how much more deeply and intimately you bring yourself to connect with others. But really enjoy the true unlocking of more enlightened aspects to creatively express your powers today and tomorrow. This enlightenment will guide you into the new moon, and regardless of impressions people may push or projections people may share, the fact that they're still doing it means that you threaten them in a certain way, because anyone who's secure in themselves wouldn't even waste their time with doing that. So you continue to shine on. This is going to be a very fascinating week, I'm not going to lie. Libra season has a lot of reversals and good news, even though it's going to be very chaotic, and there's just going to be a lot of shortcoming of character and character assassination and just people being fucking stupid as usual. But you also have the opportunity to exercise intelligence and to really apply the critical thinking and analysis that Virgo so painstakingly came through. Virgo, you came through! Virgo season, you came through! Thank you! And Libra season, we gonna deliver, because as we do with every season, but with Libra energy, we do things justice. Whenever someone says you did it justice, you did it Libra. So do this transit justice. And until next time,